as far as the power sector is concerned, it has been under a lot of stress. And in 2015, during the budget speech, it was mentioned that several tax exemptions being provided to the sector will be phased out by 2017. But given the fiscal situation of the power sector, are you going to be seeking an extension?
There has been this point that was flagged off many times with me, but as a person from the field of finance, my own calculations show me that because of the high rate of MAT, the minimum alternate tax, really the power sector tax exemptions don't really add up to significant benefit on a net present value basis to any of the companies.
So there is no need to do that.
So I don't think in income tax, I'm sure these companies will be better off with having a lower absolute rate of marginal rate of tax and doing away with all the uncertainties and complications of the tax structure, which Finance Minister Mr. Jaitley is trying to do. I think it's a noteworthy effort that he's doing, and I support that fully.
Also, there is an expectation that, actually it's not an expectation, it's a fact that it's going to happen. Just that if you can share with us some clarity on the issue of strategic sale of assets of certain companies or buyback of shares of certain companies which come under your ministry.
We've had very successful disinvestments in the last 2 years. Coal India, NTPC, all of these are very, very successful issuances to the people of India. And in the days to come, I think there's more potential. We've done PFC, we've done REC.
And have you proposed, for instance, sale of certain power plants of PGCIL or of certain other countries?
Power plants are owned by NTPC.
Okay.
And they are on a cost-plus mechanism so far. Very few which have come on competitive bidding. So there, it may not be proper for me to look at hiving off those assets. But PGCIL, the power grid, has assets which are amenable to a yield code type of structure or to an investment trust type of structure. They are lines which have already been developed and implemented. They earn a certain almost fixed rate of return on that investment, and they're ideally suited for monetization to bring back equity into the power grid company so that it can rapidly expand and serve the people with more transmission lines.
And by when are you likely to hive off these assets? Is there a timeline that you're
It's still at a conceptual thinking stage, and I'm sure we'll work on it in the days to come. But it's clearly an idea whose time has come.
There is also a proposal to set up 5 UMPPs, a cabinet note is in the works. By when are you likely to take that to the cabinet? It was announced in the 2015 budget, but for certain reasons it was not possible.
Our approach has been that we should go in for great degree of stakeholder consultations when we take any policy decision.
Right.
Uday itself is a culmination of thousands of hours of discussion and debate and dialogue, because of which it has been so successful. When the bankers told me that the standard bidding documents of UMPPs are not really amenable to financing, we got a committee headed by a former CVC, Mr. Piyush Goyal, which also had former regulators, former bankers. They put in a lot of effort and a lot of stakeholder consultation, come out with a robust bankable document. The cabinet is seized of it and should hopefully clear it in the next few weeks. And then at an opportune time, we'll start bidding out UMPPs across.
But will it happen this fiscal, the bidding
yes,
process?
I think so. We have to plan for the next 5 years.
Right. I have just 2 more questions. One pertains to nuclear energy. The Manmohan Singh government had actually put everything at stake for nuclear energy. Right now, there is only about 2% of India's power needs which are met through nuclear energy, and there is a target to take it up to 5%. But I understand that states are not very forthcoming in giving land, given that there's skepticism surrounding leakages and security of these plants.
Well, I can assure the people of India that this government will not take any chances when it comes to the safety and security of our people. We will take our people along with us should nuclear energy become a possibility. There are many states which are encouraging nuclear energy, and we value that encouragement. The government is committed to bringing the best of class of technology, highest standards of safety, and will bring in nuclear.
How many states have committed to this?
I would not be personally aware because that is not reporting to me. That's another department which handles that.
But in terms of power generation?
We are quite hopeful, and the finance minister announced in the budget certain allocation of funds. We've also made it easier for joint ventures between PSUs to develop nuclear power. And we are working on that on a steady state basis. But we treat all our different sources of energy as equal children. So be it coal, be it renewable energy, be it nuclear, for us all have an important stake in the system and an important place in our energy mix.
Well, do you think acquisition of land is not going to be a challenge, not just for nuclear power, but also for solar power, for any of these renewable energy sources to kick off, for you to have a sustainable model for 24/7 power generation?
Well, we love challenges and we convert challenges into opportunities. In solar, for instance, last year we bid out nearly 21,000 megawatts of power plants. That will come, many of them are in solar parks which already come with land and transmission. States are helping us get land in
place. Will you be doing the same for
place.
nuclear and wind?
Well, wind is so much spread out that it may be difficult for us to really acquire. That will be for the private people to acquire. For nuclear, of course, states will have to come forth with the amount of land that is needed. But with modern technology, the requirements have also shrunk. Many existing plants will have sufficient land to set up nuclear plants. The important thing to note is that we are converting this challenge into an opportunity by helping people who own land in desert areas and barren areas which don't really yield agriculture and no income for those landowners. Those are the type of areas which are eminently suitable for solar, and that's the kind of areas we are focusing on. So actually solar provides them a regular stream of income if they are going in for the lease model or a significant capital to help them start their lives in other areas or invest in the rest of their land holdings. So really this solar development is not a challenge, but actually an opportunity to help lakhs and lakhs of people get a fair amount of income out of this program.
But my last question to you, everything in this country, in India, is to some extent dependent on the monsoons. So 50 hydroelectric power plants had to, in some senses, they were adversely affected as on April 8th because of shortage of rainfall. Though the expectation is that monsoon is going to be normal this time around, because in the past 100 years, we haven't had 3 consecutive
almost 4
monsoons. But do you think that if that were not to be, because always rainfall is unpredictable in India, what is going to be plan B? Do you have enough?
India will have no shortage of power. India has sufficient capacity to make up.
Affordable power. Power is available.
It will be very much affordable. In fact, we have sufficient coal reserves and we have sufficient thermal capacity, which will be able to make up for any shortfall of hydropower that the country may face. If at all there could be a slight problem, it would be in some certain regions where transmission may not be adequate to move power to those regions to make up for hydropower. Even in those regions, maybe gas could be kick-started, particularly the southern region, to help make up any shortfall. I don't personally see any shortage of electricity. On the contrary, we are encouraging states and requesting states to buy more power and meet the needs of the people of India 24/7.
It's very expensive to buy. It's not a matter of just shortage.
No, but now we have it on your mobile phone. You should keep it on your mobile phone.
Sure.
We have an app which is called Vidyut Prabha, which shows you the price at which power is available 24/7. So as we speak right now, the power is available across the country at under 3 rupees a unit across the country.
Fair enough.
And this is a regular phenomenon. It's not as if it's happened for the first time or it's something new. Now we are giving this information to the people at large to demand that their states start procuring power and serving them 24/7.
Well, let's hope that
the time right now in India is 1 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
And 23rd of April, 1 o'clock in the morning. And right now you have power available at an average price of 2 rupees 75 paisa per unit. on this mobile app. And you name the part of India and I can tell you the price. Even in South India, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Pondicherry, Andhra and Telangana, which at one point during critical periods used to buy power at as high as 12 and 15 rupees a unit. Power is available there right now at 3 rupees 32 paisa a unit.
Well, that's wonderful, Mr. Goyal, and I really hope the states will be able to tap into the potential and the information that is available through this app. Thank you for your time. It was a pleasure talking to you. We were in conversation with Mr. Piyush Goyal, the Minister for Power, Coal and Renewable Energy. Thank you for watching.